pretty fascinating topic, which is how we can come to learn to trust ourselves. Now, a little caveat to this is, most of my career was spent in teaching, a large part obviously pastoring, but over half was actually in teaching and teaching high school kids. And I'd be really careful to tell a high school kid, like, oh, just trust your gut, just go with what you feel like doing, because probably isn't always going to be the best decision. But as we get older, we can really learn to trust ourselves more and more and more and more. And it's because in a weird way we learn what self to trust and what self to distrust. The self with a capital S is the self that we trust. The self that's the smaller s, the ego, we learn to trust that less and less and less. So that's where the discernment comes. So the basic pattern we see is we're asked to do as Christians is, again, first things first. What are the big pictures? What are the compass points by which we're going to navigate? Super clear about those. And then when we get clear about those, God kind of infills that all, and it helps to organize our heads and organize our knowledge, organize the way we think. That becomes wisdom. And it's a God-given gift. It's wisdom because it's driven by love, not just being right or certainty or any of those different things. So once that gets into place, then there's an interesting transformation that takes place. And this is from the book Secrets of Heaven, number 3057. When the general facts are arranged in this manner, again, in that hierarchy we just talked about, doctrinal teachings, in other words, like deep theology, doctrinal teachings are then removed because they are conclusions drawn from facts. What happens over time is as we live this, and I think it takes decades and decades, we get to a point where, like, the doctrinal debates about this, that, or the other thing start to matter. I have zero interest in arguing theology with people, just absolutely none. And imagine those of you who are older probably feel the same. And but it's not time and a place is not when you're about to turn 61. And what starts to happen then is that with life is that stuff becomes, the debate becomes less and less important. We become more what we really believe, and we become clear what we really believe is important anymore. And what starts to happen then, friends, is that we start to be able to understand, this gift of God, which is this intuition, where we really can trust ourselves. We can trust that still small voice. We can trust that, oh yeah, my job is to do this thing, and this is what I'm called to do, and this is what I'm called to speak. It may be uncomfortable, because I can feel my ego getting tweaked a little bit, or my desire to be liked getting tweaked, or my desire to be right getting easier. And one of the things that was thinking was the big difference. We learn we what we will call tight here, friends. All right, there we go. And a little, I guess the weather was not cooperating or something. But what we're going to do, friends, is now we're gonna shift gears here. I was hoping to be able to hear the ocean when we were doing our meditation, but say la vie, not to be. So what we're going to do now is now we're going to do a little prayer. We're going to do a little meditation, and then we'll say hi to our friends on Facebook. So with that, dear friends, let's just start with a little breath, a meditation on a passage from the Old Testament. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's say a little quick hello to folks who might be joining us online on Facebook here. Say hi to everyone. Again, I hope you're all having a wonderful start to a amazing day. All right, bunch of comments here. Sherry writes, good morning. Good morning to you, Sherry. Frank, buddy, great to see you joining us. Martha, God arranging our head. Love it. Yeah, it's so true. And that's what God starts to do. Man, and it's like Curtis Childs, who many of you know, does Off the Left Eye. He'll actually be down here for a special service on Sunday. You know, he talks about head bullies, which I love that idea. Uh, Tim, good morning to you. Yeah, Martha, my apologies. I know you lost us briefly there, but yeah, got the meat of the message out before that all happened. So that was good. All right. And 4 comments over here. Let me see. Did I get that right? Nope, got that wrong. Hop on over to here. There we go. All right, no commentary over there. So listen, friends, thank you so much for leaving comments. We love it. Again, many of you leave comments later on in the day. We love that as well. And God bless. Wishing you a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, we will see you tomorrow. Today's Thursday. We'll see you.